wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That was my Christmas ditty for you guys. Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Raising Kanan Season 3 episode. Is this episode 4? It's either episode 4 or 5. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So let's see. The show starts, we get our normal 50 doing the voiceover or whatever. But when we see Rock, we see that Rock has purchased a shopping square, it looks like. I was just like, what has Rock got up her sleeve now? I know she's trying to make this money legitimate. Okay, I guess. Anyway, she signed on. It's all yours, okay, as is. So whatever problems that comes with it, and the way the man was talking, it looked like he got a whole bunch of problems. Okay, that's all on you, okay? And she's well aware of that. When she finishes with the guy and she goes outside, there's some cops out there. And they're like, hey, new to the neighborhood? And she was just like, yeah. And they were like, oh, okay, well, we the local cops here. Sometimes we like to come around and introduce ourselves to the business owners and everything. This is a tough neighborhood. Motherfuckers get real dicey out here. So we can do you a favor and protect you. Okay? We do that for some of the other business owners around here. They pay us and we make sure that they okay. And Rock was like, yeah, I'm good, thank you, but no thank you. Okay, when she starts to turn around, they ask her about Kanan, how's he doing? And she was like, what do you know about my son? And they were like, oh, we just kind of poked around once we found out that you was buying this place. We found out that he's high school age. One of them happens to be a football coach. So maybe, Kanan could come and play football with him. 16, he probably a good build. And Rock was just like, yeah, my son don't play football. And Rock gotta go. She can't sit up here talking to them all this time. They were like, okay, well, I'm just letting you know that we here if you need us. He gives her his card. Contact us if you need anything. But, they sound like they pretty menacing. I was just like, oh, Rock. Girl, you get from one problem and there's just another one waiting for you around the corner. And speaking of Kanan, we see Kanan, he waiting on Lou. Lou see him and Lou is all frustrated like, what the hell is going on, Kanan? Like, you calling me? Okay. What's the problem now? Oh, Kanan got a friend that got in trouble. He needs Lou to get him out because, Kanan is 16. He can't get him out. Has to be an adult. Oh, and that was the kid that was getting caught at the beginning of the show that was running from the police on the Elite that I didn't say. Anyway, Lou was just like, well, yeah, all right. He gonna go in there. He gonna help Kanan out and everything, but he know Kanan on some bullshit. Okay, he just ain't got time to even be fooling with Kanan. Let me go get your friend so he can be out. And then we see Ronnie. I said, oh, Big Ron. Big Ron is starting to make his presence known out there in them Chicago streets. Oh, are they in Chicago, child? No, they in New York, child. Anyway, yeah, Big Ron trying to make himself known out there in them New York streets. So anyway, he go to, so I guess this is his old stomping grounds. And the girl, when she see him, she's like, oh, look at you. Oh, I knew my Big Daddy was going to be out soon. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, look at you. Your muscles so nice. I was just like, girl, can you not be like lusting over this man so openly? And then when we find out that her man is right there in the place, he was like, excuse me, I'm over here. I was just like, oh, girl, she ain't had no shame in her game. And of course, Ronnie's standing there with all of the personality of a wet dish rag. I was like, Ronnie, lighten up. Ron still ain't quite got that concept, but we working on him, y'all. Ronnie goes in there, sits down with old girl and old boy, and apparently they old business partners. And you know what? Big Ron need to get, he need to get the business struck up again. But listen, Ronnie says all this in the fewest of words possible. I was just like, I guess it ain't hard for whoever that actor is to learn his damn lines, right? This nigga, he's a man of few words. Anyway, they gonna entertain Ronnie or whatever. They was just like, listen, let Unique handle everything. And he was just like, Unique got other things he worried about. I can't be fucking around with Unique. They was like, what Unique on? And he was just like, Unique is fucking Rock. And they was like, what? Strange bedfellows, right? Okay, but they heard that Rock was out the game. And Big Ron was just like, yeah, he don't believe that. And nobody else probably believes that either. I guess everybody is just waiting and seeing. But they pretty convinced that Rock is out because her former workers been coming in there, kissing the ring, trying to get some business themselves. But anyway, they just kind of looking at Ronnie and they just smiling and laughing at him kind of. You know what, Big Ron, he needs some funds, okay? They made money in the past together. It's time to let it happen again. And old boy was just like, I knew that was the reason why you was in here with your old maladjusted ass. I was like, that's the best description of Ronnie so far. Maladjusted, okay? But yeah, we go on and give you, throw a few dollars your way, see what happens. And just to remind you that we in business together, which means that we gonna have a monthly income that we gonna be needing to get to. Okay, we'll discuss it later, but just making sure you know that. After that, Big Ron, he lead there and he go over and talk to old boy Dean. We ain't seen Dean in a minute, Dean is still at the old folks home, with his mama, chicken shit bingo. Shout out to Ashley. Dean see Big Ron, he was just like, Ron, what you doing here darkening my doorstep? Well, if you see him, Ronnie, he only there on business, okay? Because he don't never have no pleasure. But Dean is like, you really got some nerve and gall to come up in here because Dean don't even fuck with Unique like that. But because he got general respect for Unique in the game and everything, that's the only reason why he talking to Ronnie. Okay, now what you want from me? And Big Ron was just like, I need this work. And Dean was like, you not gonna get it here. And then, honey, Big Ron, and he grabbed Dean all up like this and he was just like, listen here, I'm not the nigga that you say no to. And Dean was like, and I'm not the nigga that you grab up, fool. What the fuck wrong with you? Okay, obviously you don't know, but I'm gonna let you know, don't you touch me. I'm gonna run your ass into the ground. You come around here ever again. You lucky you still alive. He ain't got no business with him, Unique, the South Side, nothing, so you best be gone. Don't come around here no more. I was just like, well, we'll see about that. But we are going to have a sit down with Ronnie and let him know that his negotiating tactics need a little bit of work. Now, jumping over to Marvin, we see Marvin go and visit the white guy. Now, remember last week I didn't know who that white guy was and what that was about. Turns out that was one of the guys that was in his group. Remember when he used to go for his court-appointed group meetings that he had to do for anger management? Okay, this was one of the guys there. So he goes to see him, and he has an official job or whatever. He's an addict. So he thanks Marvin for coming out. He didn't have anybody to turn to. And Marvin was just like, hey, it's okay. You my boy, he needed him. So that's what he was doing. And, old boy was just like, he really misses the group. And Marvin says, yeah, he does too. They do miss old girl. What's her name? Stacy. Anyway, they miss everything. And it's been hard, him falling off the wagon, just he needs something. So Marvin was just like, hey, how about we just kind of hold each other accountable? We can be each other's like partner. We can be the ones that keep the other one in check. And he was just like, word, yeah, we can do that. And the guy, so, him and Marvin, they hug it up, dap it up and everything. So they about to be, I was just like, I like this character for Marvin. It's so funny because who would have ever known that we was going to flip around, and we've always liked Marvin, but just for his reckless ways. But Marvin is actually the most endearing character on the show. So yeah, I like this for him. I was sad to see the girl go because I was like, Marvin needs somebody that's going to be that connection. So maybe this white guy, of course not a romantic connection, but at least he'll still have a human being in his life because everybody else in his life is fucked up. Now, let's jump over to Creepy Daddy. Creepy Daddy is down there at the office and the feds is crawling all around. Hey, Creepy Daddy, can we talk to you for a second? Sure. Okay, so he go in there and they was just like, this whole Crown Comanche, Crown Royal stuff, it's just not adding up. Like, do you know anything else about it? And Creepy Daddy was just like, well, he tries to explain to him the whole hustler mentality and all of that. Maybe they went and started a music label. Oh, yeah, hustlers, they love music labels out here. That's their new crack. That's the thing that they do. They take their money, they make it legal, they funnel it through there, and that's what's happening right now. And they were just like, oh, really? Boy, we didn't even think about the whole music thing. Wow, thanks for the information. And Creepy Daddy was just like, I'm your boy, okay? So he's walking out thinking that he's in the clear. Then they was like, hey, about your shooting, how's that investigation coming? Any information on that? And Creepy Daddy turns around like, oh, God. And he was just like, nope, No information. No facts, just theories and thoughts. And they were like, oh, that seems to be the running theme down here in Jamaica, Queens, huh? Outside is just thoughts and theories, huh? Yeah. And thank you with your sarcastic ass. Now, let's jump over to Juke. So we see Juke, and she's down there getting a physical because I guess she's going to do this military thing. Okay. And of course, the lady is rude, ask her if she might be pregnant. And she says no. And she was like, are you sure? Because you can't be in the military if you pregnant. And Juke was like, I'm sure, bitch. Okay, finish the damn physical. I was just like, well, that ain't starting off too well. But anyway, when she gets back home, there's a knock at the door. And when she goes to answer it, there's the lady there. The lady that was there at the tryouts. And guess what? Juke has gotten the part. Okay? And we are excited. We knew that she was going to get it. Now, I was like, this is probably good that she made the group. Maybe this will still save her relationship with Lou. If she didn't make it into that group, her and Lou could forget it. But maybe this will soften her up some. So anyway, Marvin is there and he's talking to the lady and she's telling them about the group and what's going to be the requirements and all. He was just like, Juke is always going to be Juke. That's my baby. She going to be who she is, true to herself. And the lady was like, oh yeah, everybody is going to be, cool. Basically, it's a TLC kind of setup, the crazy one, the sexy one, and the cool one. All right. And I'm guessing that, Juke will be considered the crazy one or the left eye of the group. So what do you think about that, Juke? And Juke was like, yeah, she's excited. Okay, I was happy for Juke, God, because nothing good happens to Juke. So this is a good thing. Because when she finally meets her group mates, I'm thinking that it's going to be a problem with the group mates, trying to get these 3 girl personalities together and, everybody meshing together. One of them looked like they really think they can sing and all that. So I was just like, oh, it's gonna be a problem with the girls. But the girls get together and it looks like they gonna get along okay. Who gonna be the damn problem? Okay, Miss Pebbles, her fucking self, the lady that signed them up for the group. Okay, now she's like, bitch, you guys belong to me. All right, all that nice, sweet, oh, she gonna be herself, don't worry about it, she's in good hands and all that she told Marvin is something totally different when she get these girls together. She was just like, listen, you guys gonna be representing me, which means that you gonna get this shit done and it's gonna be done correctly, okay? And then I'm fixing to get paid and y'all basically ain't gonna get nothing. We gonna work your ass to the bone. Okay, and then we gonna squeeze everything out of you, and if everything works out the way that we expect it to, after 5 years, y'all should have made about $60,000 or so. Oh, but you'll be the multi-million-dollar best-selling girl group ever. Okay, it's gonna be one of them kind of situations. Let Miss Pebbles tell it. I said, boy, Juke, that girl just jumps out of the hot water and into the frying pan, don't she? Jeez. Now, Unique, we see Unique. Unique is talking to Quan. Now, Quan is the chef down there at the Chinese food place. And you guys know it's still kind of a little bit of a hostile environment. So Unique is trying to talk to Quan and figure out like what the system is going to be. But what works best for Unique is everybody needs to stay out of his shit. Let him run the thing the way that he wanted to be ran and let that be that. Okay, now after Neek finished with old boy, he take it all back home. Well, you know who's waiting. And remember, Big Ron had that conversation with her and said maybe Unique got him a new woman. And you know what? Unique have been missing around here in action lately. You know what? Girlfriend is sick of this shit. So as soon as Unique walk in that door, she on him, honey. Like I'm talking about like white on rice. Who are you fucking, Unique? Okay, where have you been? I'm sick of you and that old strange brother of yours in this house. Like, what is going on? Who are you fucking? And Unique was just like, the only thing you need to be worried about is that I'm taking care of you and that baby. Nah, nigga, I'm worried about me and the baby and who you fucking. I said, girl, if you would just think about it, you would already know. But she ain't thought long enough. I said, ooh, wait till she find out. Boy, when you find out that it's the bitch right up under your nose. Of course, she's pissed off. He ain't telling her who it is and everything. She was like, you know what? Why don't you take your punk ass and let her fix your damn dinner and take care of you? I was just like, well, that's what Rock been doing these last couple of weeks. Been working out fine for the both of them. But she is sick of it. Let her take care of you and your punk ass brother. And then speaking of Rock, Rock goes to find her old lawless son out there on them streets. Okay. Actually, he's at the school. But he's working. All right. And she was just like, when she sees him, he's talking to somebody on the bike and they got a pager and all that. She was just like, now who is this? He was just like, one of my friends. I can't do his voice, but it's okay because I realize that he's trying to get 50's voice, but it is not right. And it is awful. And I'm so sick of it. He sounds like he's drugged. And if anybody from the Power universe is watching this that can make any type of decisions around there, please somebody tell that boy to stop trying to sound like that. It's just not. It just is. And it feels like it's going to continue on. Hopefully it'll get better. But as of now, that drawl I hate it. Absolutely hate it. He was just like, what are you doing here? And he was just like, what are you doing here? You know, and she was just like, oh, she was just checking on her boy, you know, trying to put some eyes on you because, you know, you don't be around no more. And he was just like, well, ta-da, here I am. Okay, but I got to get back to school. All right, get on back to school. Okay. And when he walks inside, I said, Rock, you're going to have to come up with something, sis. He ain't coming home, child. Because Kanan is busy. Actually, when we see Fame is complaining like, oh my God, we are so busy. Like we need a switchboard or something just to handle all the calls and the pages and trying to send everybody everywhere. Okay. This is young enterprise we talking about right here. Anyway, while they're talking, there's a knock at the door and it's the white guy that Kanan had been working with. And he was like, listen, this shit ain't working out. All my workers now, all of a sudden, I can't find none of them because they all working for you. Okay. And Kanan was just like, oh yeah, you know, my bad, you know, and just for your troubles, you know, Kanan give him some money. That's going to hold him over for now. But white guy was just like, no, I'm going to still need my money. Like this is temporary. This ain't going to work long term. You're not going to just be paying me for nothing. So we got to come up with something. Yeah. Kanan know that. He know that, but they'll work it out. Just take this money and go on about your business. The white guy is just like, when you leave out of here, you know, I ain't going to have nothing. And Kanan was just like, don't you worry, I'm not going nowhere. You need to go somewhere with that stupid voice anyway. Kanan's out there on the streets, he working, okay? People watching feds and shit. You know, everybody is watching, including Creepy Daddy. Everybody is watching Kanan. Kanan don't care. We see Fame, and he's still working too. And he's like, finally, it's the work day is over. He on vacation. He about to relax. Okay, maybe get him little something to sip on and watch some TV or whatever and whatnots. And then there's a knock at the door. And he was just like, oh my God, who is this? Like, work is over. Okay, well, it's Rock. Open the damn door, Fame. He was just like, fuck, why is she here? Yeah, Fame is so funny. I said, Fame, go home to your mama. Okay. But anyway, he was just like, Kanan is not here. She was like, open this goddamn door, Fame. Ain't nobody fucking with you. Okay. Open the door. So he opens the door and he was just like, Kanan told me not to let you in here no more. Don't nobody respect or care about what Fame think. Okay. She was basically like, move, boy, get out the way. She walks over there and she goes to Kanan's book bag and she puts a gun in there. And he was just like, oh, he was like, Miss Rock, like, I can't believe this is what you doing. And she was just like, you ain't seen nothing. I wasn't here. Don't you say shit. Okay. If you say something, basically, that's your ass. And so Fame was just looking. I was like, Fame, oh, I don't know. You better tell Kanan. Okay, that's your boy. I mean, I know that, no, you can't let him go up the river like this. You know, everybody is terrified of Rock. So she leaves like, you better not say nothing. Now, Kanan finds out that Juke got the part in the group, okay, all on her whole little TLC thing. And so he was just like, you know, he want to take her to B. Smith's. And she was just like, what? Where you got money for B. Smith's? He was like, I've been saving for a rainy day. Okay, it's raining like a motherfucker. And she was just like, no, you know, you don't have to do that. He was just like, I don't want to hear it. Go home, get dressed. We going to B. Smith. It's going to be nice. So she going home and she get all gussied up and they take it on down to B. Smith's. Got a nice little table right there in the middle of the restaurant. I was like, okay, B. Smith's. Okay, they wasn't worried that they was young. Okay, as long as y'all got some money to pay these prices, you know. And Juke was like, whew, these prices. And he was like, don't worry about the prices. We celebrating. So then they're just sitting there, they're talking, you know, and then they have like one of those heart-to-heart moments where this is really sad now that you realize how close Kanan and Juke was, the way that their relationship ended on Power, like to see the beginnings and the fact that they genuinely like were best friends, close, loved each other. You know, he tells her he loves her and she tells him she loved him. You know, the way it just ended is so sad. That scene was when I decided that I officially hate his voice. It's awful. Awful. Now, jumping back over to Lou. So Lou and Marvin are talking, and Lou is feeling really bad and down on his luck and bad about the fact that he let Juke down. And Marvin was just like, yeah, nigga, you really did let her down. Like, where the fuck was you? Okay, you knew the time. You had the music, everything. Like, you fucked up bad. And he was just like, just know, I know that I fucked up and I know that I let her down and I'm very mad at myself and everything. So he don't need Marvin to, you know, twist the knife. He feels real bad about it. And he was just like, but she did good. And Marvin was like, man, boy, you should have been there, Lou. You should have seen her. That girl was up there. She was on fire. I mean, Marvin was like the proud father. I was just like, oh, I don't know why I'm so emotional today, you guys. It's Christmas time. But I was just like, oh, I'm really loving Marvin's relationship with Juke. I just like Marvin's character, you know. And so Marvin has turned out to, like I said, to be the responsible one. So anyway, he's telling him about it. And then Lou tells him, you know, what you got up for the night? You got some time? I want to show you some shit that I know about down in Manhattan. Okay. Could possibly make a couple of dollars there. I was like, Lou. Now, I do love the fact also that Marvin and Lou's relationship is getting mended here. But, Lou, you still have to remember Marvin is Marvin. So, at the end of the day, are you going to want him to be in on this if you're trying to make this legitimate? So, I'm just, like, concerned when he says that. But, okay, Marvin says he's down. He wants to go. So, they go on down to the bar, and they talk to the lady. Okay? And long story short, listen to this. I was just like, this is some of that spectacular writing that the power writers do sometimes. But the lady was just like, yeah, I've been in this bar for 100 years and I'm tired. And, you know, the fact that, you know, Lou came in this bar just a few days ago and told me that he's an old friend of mine's son. Now I'm ready to hand the whole thing over to you guys. That's right. After a couple of years, you know, I'm just going to be ready to just hand this shit over. Because, you know, if you've been with me, you would know that I've been wrestling these motherfuckers and having to cuss out drunk people and throw folks out the bar and get into fisticuffs with people for years and years and years, and she's over it. Okay, so y'all come on in as two basic strangers, black men strangers, who, even though you haven't said that you're drug dealers, I can kind of look at Marvin with this members only jacket and this gold jewelry and his flat top and everything and his convertible BMW and all. Yeah, maybe y'all might be drug dealers, but I ain't even gonna worry about that. I ain't gonna worry about it. Y'all can have the bar. It's gonna be yours. Okay? Word. Now, did any of that make sense to y'all? I was just like, I mean, okay, if y'all want us to believe this, okay, we gonna go with it. But so anyway, you know, after Marvin and Lou talked to the lady, you know, Marvin is like excited because he was like, we can really flip this. Like, this place is perfect. They got a back thing because, you know, Lou is going to make the studio. They're going to have music in the back, you know, where they can lay tracks and all that. But Marvin is thinking about how they can run the drugs through there. And Lou was like, no, Marvin, I need this to be 100% legitimate. It cannot have none of that going through here. And, you know, Marvin at first looked at Lou like he crazy, but then he sees that Lou is serious about it. So he was just like, okay. But I still was just like, I don't know, Lou. I mean, you know better than I do, but I was just like, I hope Marvin don't let you down on this one. Okay. We looking at that damn bar situation and just kind of feeling like it's a train wreck waiting to happen. It would be so nice though if it could work out for them, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Now back over to Unique. Unique is over at Rock's house, and you know they got a cool little intimate relationship. However, it's still very uneasy for me. I told y'all last week that I thought that I was going to like this union a little bit more, but I think it's because, you know, thick as thieves. Like, you can only trust, like, I don't trust, they don't trust each other, and so I don't trust nothing for them. So, anyway, but so they're talking, and Unique is just telling her how, you know, Ronnie is making problems for him out there on them streets. You just out there talking to folks and doing the most and all of that. And she was just like, I thought you was putting them on. And he was just like, yeah, the thing is, his brother, he got a specific skill set. You can't just put Ronnie in. You can't put Ronnie in everyday situations. It's got to be special. Okay, and it just takes time. So Unique is still trying to figure out really if he want to kill his damn brother or not, I think. But you know, Rock is sitting there and she's just thinking, and she tells Unique, listen, it's been really, really good, and we've been having a good time and everything. I really enjoy you. Who knew that you knew how to, hang that move and switch it around to the left and, make her feel good and all of that. However, she already told Kanan she out the game. She's got to stay true to what she said. She can't have none of the shit that Unique got blowing back on her. Nothing. Like, she's trying to be legitimate. She's out the game. So really, her and Unique gonna have to pump the brakes on this. We gonna have to stop. Unique was just like, he understands, are we good? And she was just like, yeah, we good. And he was just like, okay, one last round for the road. And she says, yeah, okay, one last round. So final round. I was just like, oh, I had such high hopes for this, but oh well. All's well that ends well. Now, Kanan. We see Kanan at school. He's walking in the doors, and he's going through the metal detectors. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is why Rock did that. And of course, the guy, it goes off. So the security officer takes his bag, and Kanan's like, ain't nothing in there, And then the guy pulls out a gun, like, what's this? And Kanan was like, that ain't mine. Okay, so you already knew where this was going. Of course, they take Kanan, and Rock come down there, and Rock is all like, really, Kanan? And they talking to the president of the school, and all of this, and she can't believe that Kanan got himself into all this trouble. And I was like, Kanan, stay in trouble. What you can't believe it for? Kanan is going back and forth trying to tell the lady that it's not hers, and of course Rock is just like, we've been having some shit going on around us lately. Maybe Kanan was scared, and he was like, Ma, the gun is not mine. She's just like, whatever, Kanan. Like, basically, please let him stay in school. And I was just like, ooh, Rock, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But I guess if you a mama child, you want your baby to come home, you going to try whatever methods. I mean, you could have got the boy thrown in jail. He already got enough problems. That lets you know how desperate Rock is. Okay? Because, girl, you putting your son in more danger doing this, but it worked out for her. So she gambled, but she won. So they're going to set up a social worker, and the social worker going to have to be coming and doing random visits, coming out to the house, seeing how they living, making sure that he's there, making sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, going to school and all of that. And that's exactly what Rock wanted to hear. I'm sorry, y'all. Still on the nigger rig. But Tuesday, they say, my new thing is supposed to be here. So anyway, they not going to press charges, but the social worker, you're going to have to really be on, and it's going to have to be good reports from that social worker. So when they finish with the lady, and they get outside, and, Rock is still acting like she real perturbed with him or whatever. And Kanan was just like, whatever, Mom. All right, I'm going home. And she was just like, nah, nigga, you going with me. Home? You mean home with me? Okay, because you heard what that lady said. The social worker going to be coming out randomly. You're going to have to be at the house, okay? Non-negotiable. Get your ass in the car, okay? And Kanan, I guess he knows that he ain't got no choice on this one, so he gets his ass in the car. Take him on home. She takes him to his room. She got the room all done up real pretty and nice and everything. I said, that looked like the Fresh Prince. Y'all watch Bel Air? Look like his room. Honey, Rock went all out. I said, she was like, this nigga ain't never leaving here. So anyway, he goes in there and he look around and everything. I said, that's a far cry from Fame's house, ain't it? Sit your ass down, boy. Okay? Take advantage of what your mama trying to give you. And, she was just like, I am glad to see that you here. It'd be looking like it pained Rock to say something nice and everything. So she was like, she is happy her baby boy is home, even though he had to get him home, child, basically by hook or crook. Now, when she see Creepy Daddy later, he was just like, Rock, now what's going on with the boy? He got a gun charge now. She was just like, he was just scared. It ain't nothing. He tells her that the Crown Camacho stuff is still a problem. The feds ain't off of that yet, and so it's still hot. The block is still hot about that. Rock can't worry about that. Rock making dinner, her son home. Like, Rock, don't worry about it. She's trying to handle everything. He was just like, well, I'm just telling you, you got to figure your stuff out. So he was just like, I'm just telling you that you got to figure your stuff out from here on out. Okay? He tired of trying to cover for her. Lastly, we see Unique go and confront Big Ron. Okay. And I was just like, oh, I was mistaken when I thought that Unique might be afraid of Big Ron. No, I don't think that's what the situation is. You know, Unique just been trying to handle this diplomatically, but he already see that, you know, Ronnie ain't no diplomatic type nigga. Okay. So we're going to have to do it a different way. So, you know, Unique was just like, yeah, I heard that you went and talked to Dean. And Ronnie, you know, tried to deny it at first. And he was just like, I already know you did because he told me. Okay. And the fact that we don't even fuck with each other and he came and told me, now you know that's a damn problem. Okay. You was a old stab a nigga in the back ass nigga. All right. Can't trust you as far as I can throw your ass. I'm your damn blood and you over there behind my back trying to talk to Dean and trying to do what you trying to do over there like you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. You not shit today. You not gonna never be shit. And Ronnie just sitting there looking. I said, well, that Ronnie is something scary. Huh? He just looking. But I think that Unique had to remind him that, nigga, I'm not scared of you. Okay? So Unique go out the room, leave Ronnie to himself. But you know, Ronnie, he can't let this one go. So we see Dean, you know, and he with his mom. And, well, it's the end of the day. And, you know, him and his mom, they retiring for the night, and after he get his mom all set up in the room and everything, a little cold water, sit down, TV, all that, he go in the other room, and a child who might be in that other room but Big Ron. I said, Dean, today is not your day, but today is the day. I said, Ronnie, what you about to do? And child, it better be quiet, because even though his mama can't hear, I'm sure security is right around that corner. Well, honey, Big Ron, he is a up close and personal type killer, because he grab a knife and child, he must stab up Dean a good 53 times. I was just like, ooh, with each stab, I was just like, oh. Anytime I hear stabs on TV, the sounds that they have for it just grosses me out. So anyway, yeah, he stabbed up Dean. Suffice it to say that Dean is no longer here. I don't really know how this is going to work out, but this is a bad thing. I mean, really, Ronnie, you killed Dean, and Dean is the man when it comes to, what, is he the supplier, the distributor, whatever he is, like... You was doing too much there, Ronnie. But, oh well, you know, Ronnie gonna have to learn the hard way, so yeah. That was it. What y'all thought about the episode? You know, the season is cool, but this show, this is my least favorite of the franchise breakoff shows. I just think that it's so slow. It's so slow. I mean, it's a slow burn, and I mean, I'm still invested. Like, I'm still wanting to know what's going on, but I'm just like, get to it. And then with the stupid ass voice of Kanan, just, oh. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get on off of here so I can do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Just in case you guys don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, hopefully you guys will have a wonderful Christmas. I'm hoping that I get this up on Christmas Eve. That is the plan. And then y'all can just watch whenever. But, you know, it's kind of a busy day today. But I'm going to try to get these edited and up. Okay. So hopefully you guys all have a Merry Christmas. Okay. Anyway, make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Roxanne. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.